Well, here we go, making progress on the Banshee zx7r. Well, I got the mount all torn apart and put back together. The Trail Tech mount. It's looking pretty good there. See if I can climb up there without falling. Okay, well, here's the update. There's the mount. So that's where it's going to sit. See, when I turn on the key, Trail Tech turns on also. So I hardwired it into the ignition. So that just in case there's a short or something, I can always, it kind of reduces the diagnostics, you know, looking for it and where is it at. So I made sure that when this key turns off, power is cut off. Trail Tech wants you to wire this in directly to the battery. So I figured, well, and they gave an option. They said preferred method to the battery, the other methods to the ignition switch. It's got a battery backup for memory. And I just prefer to be able to turn the key off and eliminate that variable of having this end up shorting out the system and leaving me with the drained battery. So I just like to shut it off, and it's off. But you can see, turn it on. That's it right there. Like I said, eventually I've got to screen them, put it on here. It's a little late right now. It's about 1:25 in the morning, so that's why I'm a little raspy. But this is the only time I can get stuff done, is when it's quiet. But there it is. I'll give you another shot of that. It's off. I'm gonna turn it on. It goes on. Now what I did was, you can see, you can make sure I don't tip myself over on this lift. But you can see what I did. See it? I made a little mount out of aluminum. And I cleaned it up a little bit, like I said I was gonna. I had to make a little, I had to do a little grinding here so the wires wouldn't touch the metal. So they're really good there. No touching, no rubbing. Countersunk the bolt holes. There's the battery backup for the Trail Tech, but it's even rubber mounted, so it's good to go. So that's what it looks like. Remember, I'm not done here. I still actually might even get a different set of handlebars without the center section, and I may bring this in more. I may bring the gauges down and in. You know, if I roll it, I know I'm going to break all this, but you know, hopefully I don't roll it. I think that'll be the last of my worries. But anyways, thinking about bringing this down in here. We'll see when I get the bubble. We'll see how that all comes together and looks. I mean, I like the gauges up in front of my face because I want to see what I'm doing, see what the engine's saying. She's talking back to me, and you know, sometimes you get into that zone and you know, it's whining and whining and whining, and you're like, oh no, I got to shift, or I shifted too early. You know, so it's nice to keep track of the tachometer. I'm a tach guy. I really enjoy it. I don't sit there staring at it, of course, but I just glimpse at it. You know, back from the street bike days, my eyes are trained just to kind of take a look at it. That's why I put the Trail Tech up here. That way, when I'm looking at the speed, I can reference it with the RPMs. You know, of course, this is just for looks. This reminds me that it's a street bike engine. You know, I like this Indiglo look. At nighttime, it looks really great. So I just kind of left that there for aesthetics. But here's the speedometer here. But it's nice because I can just read my speed, my RPMs. You know, when I'm riding it, and kind of see what's going on. I don't have to look to the side. See, so I'm going to take this old Trail Tech mount. I'm going to take this off and get rid of that. Don't toss that on the side for something else. But there you go. I'm going to look at it. So that's what's going on with the Banshee 750. Started cleaning up the top. I was thinking about powder coating the cylinder head, or the valve cover, not the cylinder head. Here's the cylinder head, but the cylinder head valve cover. Next step is, you see this ugly hose, all this ugly stuff here. Well, next step is going to be to reroute all this tubing and hoses and make it look nicer. I don't like the way that looks, so I'm thinking I'm gonna, you know, I've got the exhaust here, so it's not like I can throw an elbow and run it through here and go up to the radiator. You can see the radiator, you know, it's just too close to the pipes. So I'm gonna have to figure something out. I thought about running it down and under, you know, but then it's kind of getting kind of crazy. Even room for air pockets and all kinds of stuff. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is just get a nice set of stainless steel braided lines. I'm just going to run it straight up to the level of the, you can see the level of the coolant inlet, the discharge. This is where the cool water comes out of the radiator after it's been cooled. So I'm thinking I'm going to just run this hose up to about this level. Have it come around with a 90. Maybe I make it a little higher. Up here, 90. And just kind of come over here with it. I got to play around with it. If you got any ideas or any recommendations on types of hoses, feel free to drop me a line and tell me what you've used before. I'd like to use the silicone hoses. I'm going to see what's out there. I wanted to use the Earl's stainless steel braided line because I think that looks the coolest. And I'll try to throw in a couple fittings in there. But yeah, that's what we're going to do next. So Trail Tech's all set up. Got to order the bubble. Got to order the bubble for the gauges and stuff. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to the cooling system. Like I said before, once I get this side set up real nice, update all my hoses and stuff, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to this side, and this is the original location for this coolant bottle, but I'm thinking I want to move it. I mean, it's functional there, it's where it was designed to be. It doesn't bother me, it doesn't affect anything, but I'm really just, when this is off, the engine just looks so much better, cleans it up. Now, just where am I going to put this? You know, I mean, I can put it back here maybe, paint it black and tuck it under here. I mean, that might be an option. I don't want to clutter this up anymore up here in front. You know, I've got the exhaust and stuff, and then what I do not want to do, and I thought about doing this a couple times, is I thought about putting it up here. But then I said to myself, you know, why take away any added cooling? You know, these things need air. You know, when you're on those tight trails riding around, you know, 15, 20 miles an hour, and you're redlining it and just burning, you know, shooting roost all over the place and going through the woods on those hot, humid days, I need air. So the last thing I want to do is restrict anything coming in here. And I almost even thought about taking this guy out, but I figured I'd leave it there to protect, keep rocks from flying in. You know, air can still get through there. But so that's kind of, you know, how my mind goes. I start thinking about things, and I says, you know, every little bit of air counts. If the air can hit the block, that's going to help. It's aluminum. So whatever wind I get hitting the block, whatever air I get going through the radiator, the shrouds, it all helps. Whatever air hits the engine, the side cases, it's all, you know, it all adds up. So it adds up at the end, on the bigger end. So, well, that's kind of what I'm working on right now. It's about 1:30 in the morning, and got the Trail Tech all done. Got some wiring cleaned up. I've got some stuff I'm probably going to do next year. But I just kind of cleaned up some of the wiring I got inside the tank. You know, trying to tidy up the engine compartment. And I'm actually going to order the, let's see if you can see. You can see I'm going to order the smog remover. You know, the pair valves. Right now I just kind of got them like this. As you can see, this is Chinsey way of doing it. But for some odd reason, they're hard to find. I mean, I can find them for big bucks all day long. Me, I'd just like, I'll probably end up just making a setup myself. You know, out of billet aluminum. I've got some nice 1/4-inch aluminum sitting there that'll polish up real nice, and I might take one of these off. I've got a few extra in the back there, and I may just make my own block off plates and machine them down and put them on a vise, drill out the holes. I saw a set of carbon fiber ones for about 40 bucks. They're really neat looking, so I may go that route too, but you know, 40 bucks saved is, you know, if I got a little time in my hands, I could take that 40 bucks and throw that somewhere else, you know. So we'll see how that goes. But Banshee Fever 750, the Screaming 750 Banshee, zx7r powered. Giving you a quick update on what's going on. You see how the engine compartment's cleaning up? Once I get that smog stuff out, it's going to look really nice. It's going to open. Get these hoses cleaned up. Get everything powder coated. We'll be good to go. Banshee Fever 750. This is a little vlog of what's going on here. I just wanted to share this with you. Any thoughts or ideas, feel free to drop me a line. Over and out.